English listening every day. The topic for today is The Short Story of Sam. Our guest will share her story with the title, I Once Thought I Was Outstanding. Now, let's give a warm welcome to Sam.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sam. I'm 19 years old. Thank you for having me here today. Let's start my story. I once thought I was outstanding, but today I want to share with you a story of illusions, the story of my own life. If I had to describe myself in 3 words, they would be poor, dreaming, ordinary. I was poor. At the age of 4 or 5, I followed my parents when they left our village to find work. They worked as hired laborers, and we lived in temporary corners of warehouses that the landlords let us stay in. Even going to school was already a matter of luck for me. The more I went to school, the more I realized how poor I was. By looking at my classmates' clothes, by seeing the attention teachers gave to them. To say I was never jealous would be a lie. I still remember, near the rented place where my parents and I lived, there was an English teacher's house. Every afternoon, I heard the laughter of students who went there for extra classes, echoing through her window. Of course, I tried to act as if I didn't care, but you see, I still remember it to this day. For me, back then, and even now, extra classes were far beyond what my family could afford. That was the beginning of my dreaming. I convinced myself that tutoring was unnecessary, not suitable for someone like me. And so I became self-taught. 12 years of self-study, self-growth. In middle school, I always tried to be the top of my class and took pride in it. But when I entered high school, I discovered that society already had its filters. Around me, everyone was talented. They had their own goals, their own personalities. They seemed to know exactly what kind of person they wanted to be, or at least they showed me that much. And me? That was when I realized I was just ordinary. I didn't know what I was good at, what I wanted. In truth, I had nothing to hold on to. And so I began to dream again. I forced myself to believe that I liked physics, that I liked English. I chose a hot major that I saw on the internet. After months of struggling for exams, I was lucky enough to get into that major. But when I stepped through the gates of university, the dream broke. I didn't know what my major was really about, what skills it required, or whether jobs after graduation would be competitive. For a poor student who had to take loans to study, jobs meant survival, but I realized that too late. I was even more shocked in my very first programming class. Almost everyone had studied it for 3 or 4 years already. Some of them were provincial champions, even members of national teams. And me? Empty-handed, empty in knowledge, empty in direction. That was when I understood this major was truly hard for an ordinary person like me. Reality shattered my illusions. One sentence from my philosophy teacher felt like it was meant for me. When you don't understand life, life itself will slap you in the face. That is my story. I will stop here because simply it has become the past. I want to write new lines for my future. Maybe I will fail again and again, or maybe things will turn out better. But I know life is still long, and youth, after all, is the age of being slapped in the face. I, once a dreamer and an ordinary person, now want to become someone persistent, clear-minded, and responsible. From my story, I realized that my illusions were fueled by poverty, arrogance, competition, by grades, by teachers' praise that I was a good student. So my friends, if you are like me, if you once thought you were outstanding, please look further. Look at reality. Look at what society needs and what you truly have so you can grow from there. That is my story.
Thank you, Sam, for sharing your honest and inspiring story with us. And with that, the program comes to an end. Bye for now.